CD Projekt Red is by far one of the best game companies out there. This is a company that through the years has earned a very loyal fan base for a good reason. They don't take part in anti-consumer practices that have taken over the industry. They give fans the best experience possible when purchasing a product. I mean, they don't nickel and dime players by adding in microtransactions at every turn in their games. And in most cases, they stand for what they believe in, and they don't back down from that, which obviously means a lot to me. I do not like to support games that were censored to please specific groups of people or ratings boards in other regions. I mean, I own hundreds of games on GOG, the storefront that CD Projekt Red owns, and every chance I get, I support the platform because they offer DRM-free titles, which no one else really does. Now, I have voiced my opinions on Cyberpunk 2077 in the past. I am pretty excited for this title. I think that it is going to be another huge game, just like The Witcher 3 was, just like all of the Witcher games were, to be honest. I mean, this is a huge project that will need to sell a lot of copies to be deemed successful, and you know, a lot of companies like Blizzard or EA would be happy to censor a few things in their games to have it sold in other regions. Now, CD Projekt Red has never been afraid to put mature content in their games, and I commend them on that. And now we are finally hearing some very good news about 2077 and how it will have some seriously intense and mature gameplay. So Cyberpunk 2077 developer says, "We don't fuck around," after reasons for game's 18 plus rating leak. Now, I think that we all could assume after seeing some of the gameplay and hearing about the story in general that it was going to be a pretty highly rated game. It was going to be 18 plus. It was going to have that mature rating. I think that we all assumed that, but you never want to really assume, because who truly knows until the game comes out or until the rating is finally there. You know, you could raise your expectations for it and then have your expectations crumble around you. So, what just happened? Cyberpunk 2077 hasn't yet been rated by the likes of the ESRB and PEGI, but Brazil's Game Ratings Board has accidentally revealed that the RPG will be 18 plus in the country, along with a list of what content we can expect to see. Now, one of the developers has responded to the leak, confirming that we don't fuck around. So the information came from Brazil's Ministry of Justice last week. Not too surprisingly, it was quickly taken down, but not before it was captured for all to see on Reddit, which helpfully translated the content list. Good old Reddit. As we've seen in the trailers, Cyberpunk 2077 is definitely a game aimed at adults, something the list confirms. It includes everything from foul language and nudity to sexual pleasurement and violent acts. But the one piece of content that give the game a not recommended for any ages under 18 rating in Brazil is cruelty. So, while CD Projekt Red hasn't made any official statements regarding the leak, the game's lead quest designer gave his opinion on Twitter. So here is one of the original tweets that someone said the ratings for Cyberpunk 2077 seem pretty crazy, and here is all of the content that was leaked. This list honestly may seem like a lot, but if this is what Brazil requires, then it is what it is. Of course, our rating boards, the ESRB's rating boards, or even PEGI don't go into this much description, but this also could have been the information that needed to be submitted to find the rating. But it says, weapons without violence, moderate or hinted use of illicit drugs, weapon with violence, criminal action without violence, description of consume of illicit drugs, derogatory language, verbal aggression, violent acts, sexual pleasurement, consume of drugs, violence description, exposure to danger, exposure to death corpse, body injury, foul language, sexual language, blood, description of drug, sexualization, more drugs, sexualization, sexual exploitation, intentional death, nudity, prostitution, sexual relationship, more drugs, mutilation, sexual relation, suicide, and cruelty. One of the developers had actually, as you can see, lead quest designer for Cyberpunk 2077, previously senior quest designer for The Witcher, which is awesome. He had said, "Are you surprised? We don't fuck around." I'm so glad to hear a developer say this. It may seem like a pretty obvious statement for some companies, but a lot of companies these days, again, will self-censor themselves to sell their product in other regions. And while honestly, I didn't expect that for Cyberpunk 2077, that worry is always there. As it says, last year, CD Projekt Red announced that Cyberpunk 2077 would feature motion-captured sex scenes, which will be viewed from the protagonist's first-person perspective. They are going all in with 2077. I am so excited for it. This game and this project overall are things that I've been very excited for. I'm truly excited to see what 2077 will have to offer, how the game will be. They have delayed it. I'm very disappointed with that, but I would rather them delay it and have it be a perfect product than it be too rushed and them not have everything they want in it. I cannot wait for this game to come out of the gates. I will probably be streaming it here. Definitely a game I'm excited to hear more about, but let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Do you think that this rating board maybe went a little bit overkill? I do. I think that yes, this may seem a little bit overkill, but does this content get you excited for the game? Did you expect something different from 2077? Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video and this good news, make sure to give it a like, and of course, if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, and I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.